Alrighty. What's going on, folks? It's Chris here, Better Investing. Today is Friday. Happy Friday. The week is over, right? This crazy week is finally over. We can kind of rest a little bit. For me this week, I was net negative. Um, my major day really was that Tuesday or Wednesday? I think it was Tuesday. Fought back the last 3 days. No slight positive those the last 3 days, but Tuesday, that kind of turned me negative for the week. No equity curves, no still towards its upper Bollinger, not upper Bollinger Band, but towards the upper end of my equity curve. That's currently where I'm positioned at. Into the end of the year. Not doing anything stupid, to try to rug that. Really just, been taking little trades here and there, very very tight stops. Um, not letting things get too far away from me. The GEV, that was a situation where I tried it multiple times and lost. I think it was 3 times in a row. And I said, all right, I need to be done with this one. But yeah, let's just go over the market real fast. We'll go over a few charts. Not going to be here for a long time. Um, all right. Looking at SPY, that's a much better candle, right? I know folks are happy to see that, right? That's kind of what I was talking about. Like, let's get back over these highs. That's exactly what we did. We kind of closed back above these highs, which is pretty good. So let's go here and look at this particular chart here again. I was talking about on both QQQ and SPY, that really we just been in this downtrend, for the entire week, right? And I wasn't saying that, oh, this downtrend trumps everything, but for me, I was like, man, I'm not bullish until we can kind of break this, right? And we did kind of do that today, and I'm actually impressed at how we were able to kind of get off those lows, like what I was mentioning before is that if we did something like yesterday and we kind of diddled around here and to the end of the week, it just wasn't going to feel good, right? I mentioned I wanted to see us get off these lows, right? Kind of break this downtrend. That's kind of what we did, if you kind of think about it. Like, if I turn on the line chart and do that, right? I mean, for the most part, right, we kind of broke this downtrend. Right? We kind of had this downtrend going, it's broke. All right, same thing on QQQ, right? We kind of broke this downtrend. Now, can another downtrend, set? Yeah, absolutely. Again, I'm just using a line chart just for, how you can picture it. All right, that's the downtrend we were in, and we finally was kind of able to get back above, um, those this area barely, but we have gotten above this area, right? So really, the new line in the sand on indices is now 671 on QQQ, and pretty much, I'm sorry, on SPY, and on QQQ around 600, right? That's our line in the sand to see if we can continue to get a higher move, right? We can pull back, right? Still kind of establish a higher low, which we kind of did, on the market. I would say overnight on both. Mostly on QQQ and on SPY, that kind of triggered during the day. So if you were kind of able to see that higher low be set, like how we held that particular location. Let me go back to the screen just to make it easier. All right, so we go here, we will look at the hourly. We did have after we kind of rejected that hourly wick I was talking about, it led to like a 6 point move down. If you look here on the hourly, we kind of held that. Where's it at? Go here. Right, good old 50-day moving average, right? We kind of held that. What am I looking at? Why does this look different? Why am I seeing this? Hold on, guys. This doesn't. This doesn't look how. What am I looking at? Why this looks different? This looks like this is QQQ. Let me match up this thing up. This is SPY. This is the hourly. This is the hourly. This doesn't look like my other screen. Like, I don't see. What is this? Friday at 6 a.m. What in the fuck? Why, why, why am I getting two different looks? What in the hell? Yo, this is crazy. Hold up. I know I'm not tripping. Maybe I need to reload this screen. Let me, or maybe is this is spy, right? All right, let me go here. Yeah, spy tapped the 50 in the morning. Hold up. This is the same one. What the fuck is this? Hold on. Hold on. No, I'm not tripping. What am I doing wrong? Okay, maybe I have adjusted for dividends. Oh, okay. That's what it is. All right. I didn't. Okay, that fucked me up then. Damn. This was on adjusted for dividends. That's why. But yeah, so Spy, kind of came back. And we did kind of hold this level here, right? Damn near to the T in the early morning. Then we pushed higher. I mean, I wouldn't have been mad if anyone wanted to kind of take take it over these highs right here. Really small risk, right? Talking about maybe $1 or so. And that's what kind of got we kind of got a push. I mean, then we just stalled out for the rest of the day. What's going on? Hold on. Keep that locked. All right, and then we just kind of like stalled out for the rest of the day. All right. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens going into next week. I mean, next week's a slow week, so who knows? Really, I probably won't be trading much. I got some trainings I need to take care of. Whoa, Rocket Lab is $74. I looked at Rocket Lab this morning too. Hold on. Where's Rocket Lab at? Someone says Rocket Lab is $74 after market. God damn. Should have paid this more attention. What's the news? $816 million prime contract to build missile defense satellite constellation. Wow, that's about to send it. Hmm. Congrats, folks that took that. But yeah, so yeah, when I was looking at the market, it was one thing that was out there. I did not hit, unfortunately, was this SNDK. It went right at the bell. It's one of those things. You gotta have like you gotta be locked in, ready, and like focused on that particular stock. I was not um, specifically looking at SNDK at the time. But what I was mentioning yesterday about SNDK. All right, come on, load up. What I was talking about on SNDK yesterday was that if we do kind of get this pop and kind of break like this little downtrend line that you have here, kind of like this flag look. I was hoping for more of an inside day. It kind of just gapped up like right at where it closed at, and it literally just went from the beginning. But this was good to take. If you wanted to take over 230, it was probably a good spot to take because what I was talking about with the market was that if the market was kind of like trading like this, right? And if the market wants to break out of that, this downtrend that we were talking about, which pretty much happened in the first hour, right? First hour of the market, we kind of broke that spot. We came in there, that spot. Let me look at QQQ. Yeah, QQQ damn near broke it like right from the get go. So in QQQ, make sure I ain't got adjusted dividends on. But at QQQ, we kind of broke those highs right at the open, and that's just probably something you could have watched. Like I'm just gonna leave this right here and go back and let me see. Yeah, you'll be taking it right here. But man, it just went too fast. It went way too fast. Yeah, I mean, you have to give it a wide stop. So, you just have to, size accordingly. You can't go batshit crazy on shares. But yeah, that was a pretty impressive one. So, yeah, I mean, like again, like next week is I know a pretty um, probably slow week, right? Um, Overall, it being what maybe 2 days of trading. I think like the market's probably closed Christmas Eve. I'm not sure what days the market's closed. I gotta look it up. But yeah, yeah, not too bad. Uh, take a look at Tesla. I like the way Tesla's been trading, holding up, should I say the most. And today, honestly, it was pretty clean. Like this is no, I made some money on Tesla as it faded back down. I got in around right around here, towards these lows. And I had 50 shares, and I was like, all right, I can risk down to here, right? Not risking too much, and I got a nice move up. I was able to pretty much run these all the way up. Um, the thing I was looking at was like you can kind of see. Like we go to maybe let's go to like an hourly chart. See if we can see it there. All right, hold up. Where's it at? About like a 15 minute. But this 474 spot was a good spot. Like that's man, this thing's moving so slow. All right, let me take off the moving averages. All right, makes much look clean. But you can see this spot right here that we kind of held Monday morning that we held. We went down to about 466 or so. Um, kind of worked around this area again. Again, we tried to held here, broke down, retested it in pre-market here, then broke back out, wicked down again. So I kind of seen this area here as a good bounce spot after we kind of just drilled off for most of the morning session, right? And people that was thinking like these areas up here would hold, it literally just melted through. And what I really try to really look for is like I like to kind of like see that flush and then kind of see a reaction um, at a particular area. You might can't see it here on the 5 minute. Like if I drill down to like let's go here. Man, this thing moving so damn slow. Keep it going. All right, and look how the volume like really picks up down here, right? The selling's really picking up, right? Right when that selling picks up and it kind of wicks off of here. I jumped in a little late right here. But I only have 50 shares, right? But I was willing to take those 50 shares to a lower day. If I got swiped out, I got swiped out. And I was able to get this move up. But yeah, I mean overall, are we out of the woodworks? That's the question, right? Let's see how we kind of digest this information over the weekend, or this action over the weekend. I mean, not on Tesla. I think Tesla still looks good. I'm not bearish Tesla. I mean, you probably had a little double top short set up in here, but you never got no follow through, so that's not the case. But let's go look at QQQ real fast. QQQ. Check and see what we got on QQQ. yeah, I mean, back above the moving averages, right? That's what I want to see. I want to see us get back above these moving averages, and that's why I was just so like man, I do not want to close down here on the weekly. I do not want to close down here like that. I want to see us kind of get off of those lows, right? Look at the weekly compared to yesterday, right? Much better weekly, right? It's not, you kind of see the buyer stepped in, right? We're not just half, right? We're not just fully like, just no buyer stepping in even on the weekly. I wouldn't have liked that. Um, Other trade, I'm still in QCOM. What I did was I just peeled some shares off. And I took on a swing the rest. My stop is still pretty much low day right here. Sorry, this is the daily. Let's go to the weekly. My stop is still low day. But I did kind of size down so I could take this over the weekend. My average was 175 like 63 or so. I don't know. I kind of like what I was seeing here. And I'll look at it next week, see what happens. But yeah, I did kind of take some off, before the end of the day for a loss. But I want to be able to swing this, and the size I had going into this, it wasn't a size I'm really comfortable swinging. It was a good size for the day, but once we kind of pulled back, and I was like, all right, well, let me peel some off, take a little loss, and see if this can actually end up working out. If I get stopped out. I'll look at it again. So, man, I don't know if I want to talk about this damn weed. I'm kind of disappointed at that. Like, that's just nasty. But I'm still holding this. I wouldn't say I don't trade this on the technical. I think you just gotta wait to see what they do about the, swapping the IRS code. All right, if that changes, I think, it being federally legal would probably have changed, some things about people's impressions about maybe the demand. But I think I kind of agree with it maybe not being federally legal, or you just smoking pot everywhere outside. It's like people just popping pills all day long. Maybe I'm not totally in agreement with that. But if they are able to kind of get that safe banking situation, figured out, I think that's where it really is the game changer here. That's what I'm really betting on. It's not, allowing weed to be illegal legally, federally. It's just more about that reclassification. So what it does for does for these companies financially. So I'm still sitting in this. I didn't sell a dime up here. I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about selling an option because I was just like, I don't want to get caught away. Looking back in hindsight, damn fucking right. I wish I would have sold a $7 in the money fucking call for this week expiring. That shit would have fucking paid. Maybe that's what I should have did, but definitely after 1, 2, 3, 48 move up. Yeah. What else is out there? That's really about it. What did this do today? This up 4% after hours. Didn't really have too much on the watch list really going into this week. This chime, I think this still looks good. I do still like this. I don't know. Might try to catch this like off like an hourly chart. Back into the moving averages. Kind of set up another higher low. Oh, what time? I gotta pick up the kids early today. It's 4:26. I gotta get ready to go. I'll just break right over 25 and go. No, I like it down there. All right. I mean, besides that, I mean, what we can do is let's just go look at some of the big movers. Palantir, man, I told you this thing has been on an absolute tear, but this is just a nasty candle, right? Like that psychs you out, and then you get the move afterward. Like that's tough. Now I talked about this, like how vertical this was, and I was like, man, you might can get a short below the 50, but I mean, trying to short it here at the 50 after being up here, like I said, like it don't exhaust most of the moves. So I wasn't even thinking about that. But this was, damn, just straight up today. It was the move. Fuck. Palantir. Yeah, but uh, what I can say about the market, right? In a day, things can change, and you know your narrative can change as well. I think what I was looking for on the market to kind of right now, yesterday, where I was kind of leaning bearish based on that hourly trend we had. And I said, man, I want to see us get off of those lows. I don't want to see us sit here into the end of the week down here at this range. I don't think it's going to be a comfortable situation. And for us to kind of get off of those lows and kind of push, from those lows, you're looking at SPY. I'm looking at QQQ right now, but up $17 off of the lows from 600 or so, right? Right, up about 2.5% or so off of those lows. So I think that's good that we got off of those lows. I think that's the main thing I was really looking at. I don't think if you were really trying to short the market today, it wasn't a good idea. Definitely considering we were down 4 days or so in a row, coming into OPEX, and then like I said, you had QQQ gap up, right, kind of right into yesterday's highs. You had kind of making a higher low, kind of triggering over those like that 613 pocket, right? Like that was your trigger on it, and a lot of stocks did look good this morning. So, but yeah. Anything else that I'm really thinking about? Not really. I'm still mad they got this stupid ass wick here. I don't know. I can't get past that. Yeah, but I mean, like today, I'm not. I mean, some stocks are still, might need some work, right? Like a lot of these stocks here, they still need work. Um, right? Like this Bloom Energy, like this is not out of the works yet, right? Right? I did talk about like, man, this could have been a double bottom here. I did not buy it. I just, again, I want to buy things above the moving average. It just looks much cleaner. Like when I look up here, I have a struggle there. So I'm not saying it has to get all the way back up here, but I just need to see a better look. I just don't know if I see that yet. Okay, hello. We're gonna check this out. The Rocket Lab, crazy. Okay, hello. Yeah, still not there yet, right? Maybe I'll go to a weekly. Maybe it's a weekly look. No, I don't see it. You had CoreWeave up 22% today. I don't know exactly what the news was. I think it was something with Oracle or some shit. I can't 100% remember. Um, I think I was fucking around this morning. Like, it looked like he's just ping ponging. Looked like he's just like here's player one, here's player two, and they're just like do playing tennis or something. Um, but yeah, is it out of the woodworks? No. Um, double bottom. I don't know. Maybe above 90, this shit might get actually. I don't know. Something might got to think about. It is kind of climbing back above the moving averages. I don't know. Something. I mean, after a big move like that, 22%, I don't think it's something you want to just go short after a move like that. But um, let's see what happens up at 90. All right. Looking at the nukes, the nuclears, the GEV, my middleweight, my widowmaker for the week. Um, nothing really here. I mean, like I said, it can trade in this candle for a long time. I think this chart, it's going to need a lot of repairing to even be like considered again. I don't know. Maybe get some news or something. Probably the same. Well, CEG, I don't know. I can see why people are still looking at this a little bit. Um, but don't know. What else? I gotta get ready to get the kids. Quantum didn't really do much today, I would say. You look at the percentages, but I've seen these move much faster. Like look at QS. QS has a what? Um, has a 9% ATR, only moved 3.5%. So like 30% or so of his ATR only moved today. It still doesn't look good. But fucking Rocket Lab, OMG, god damn. I don't know how you would have bought this. 'Cause then it just gaps up. You just got by. Damn, that was Thursday. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what we got next week, man. I mean, not much to do. Moderna. I'm still holding Moderna. Nah, I've been in this for a while. I need to consider what I'm going to do now. I think I'm up like 17%. I've been buying down here. I don't know. We'll see. I'll look at it later. I think that's really about it, man. I don't think there's much for me to really go over too much. Um, oh, you know what? I want to keep an eye on this Intel. This Intel is still interesting to me. Uh, if it gets through these MAs, man, I mean, shit, not risking much. Just like, I don't know, if it gets some stupid news, still is talking about this. I don't know if it wants to just kind of just trade sideways a little bit and then pop those moving averages. I don't know, I might buy the wedge pop. Not risking much. Maybe like $1 or two. Or move back up to 44. I don't know. It just interests me. That look just looks interesting to me. I don't I would say I haven't really played a setup like this where it gaps up off of this news right here. It might just need to chop around for rest of the month. Then come into January, maybe it sets up somewhere over here. I don't know. Anything else, man? Anything else crazy? Oh, let me go look at Rivian. Hold on. This crowd. I don't know if this is a Head and Shoulders. I was messing around drawing on it today. Um, I don't know. It kind of got that look, right? There's your left shoulder, there's your head, right shoulder. Yeah, well, I guess it faked out and got back into the right shoulder. What was it? Some people were looking at Rivian. Me personally, I'm not a fan of Rivian in terms of like financials, but I mean the stock's been moving. I cannot deny that the stock has been moving. So congrats to those who's long Rivian. Actually, yo, the whip doesn't look bad. It does not look bad. I ain't gonna hold you. I think the first time I seen like one of those SUVs was in that horrible Denzel Washington movie. I was like, yo, damn, like this Rivian doesn't look bad. I know everyone has been big on the weekly here. I think you got kind of look at it from like a log chart. I mean, that motherfucker's turning up, right? And it's definitely turning up. So I think they had better. Like I don't know if they said they're coming out with their own chips or some shit too. So yo, it's kind of. I want to see what Zoom ended up doing today because this Zoom has been in this long consolidation base for a while. It's pressing up against like this 90 spot. Like you look at here on the monthly, it looks like it's ready to break out. And if it does, I probably wouldn't be the one to buy the breakout. But if you get a breakout and a retest, or even a higher low, this might be something you can buy. And the reason why I say that even a higher low, because like if you look at this hood, the hood did the same thing on a monthly chart, but it never came back to retest exactly, right? So you can kind of see how it broke out here on a monthly, right? But it never came back and gave you a technical. I mean that's about as close as you can get. What 14, 15, about $1 off. But like, man, you see that you're like, I'm not buying it up here and risking it on at 13. I'm not gonna buy 100 shares. But yeah, I think something to think about when you look at Zoom. Anything else out there? Oh, Carvana, what did this do today? Did it finally rug today? I didn't see a short setup on this. This didn't look shorty to me. On this some OPEX stuff. I don't know. It's just holding up here. I don't know. Like you just randomly want to take it short there. Maybe you're just like, all right, losing prior day high or prior day close. It's literally melted down about 15 points or so. I'm not gonna say I gotta get the kids again, but I'm about to go get the kids. Yeah. Oh, yes. This FSLR. I think this is something probably to watch into the new year. Very very tight price action here. Yeah. I wouldn't mind it to kind of chop around just a little bit more maybe. I don't know, but it look like it's ready to go. Might be something where you're like, oof, god damn, this FSLR. Is this gonna be the banger for the new year? God damn. You know, yeah, this FSLR does not look bad. Y'all just joined this new Discord chat. I'm not too sure how I feel about it. The motherfuckers are already in there, like cursing each other out, like calling each other bitches and suck my dick. Oh, it was a bunch of wow shit. I'm like, yo, y'all this toxic in here? Like, it's a Friday. Like, where's the moderators at? I'm like, I paid $80 for this. I'm about to cut them. I'm like, all right, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get any value out of you guys. You motherfuckers are in here fucking going back and forth arguing. Like one dude's a fucking I don't know movie producer. The other dude said you don't do nothing technical better than me. I'm like, why y'all arguing about who trades better? Like what the fuck? Like is there a bunch of little kids in there? Like when I see shit like that, I'm just like, man, man, I'm just like, golly. Yeah, I think that's about it. I don't think I have to go through too much. I'll probably take a look at some of these stocks as they close. Um, yeah, take a look at some of these, over the weekend or so. Uh, this is Kind of interesting to me. No, it's under the 200, but man. I don't know. What do I see here? What do I see here? I don't know. This doesn't look too bad. I don't know. Might fuck around with something like this. Think big. Not this swing high, but like this thing can get moving. But all right, man. That's all for me, man. We go get these.